Chairs No Waiting, episode number 211, Mayberry on Main. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you by Weaver's Department Store. Drop by over at Weaver's and pick up some of the wonderful Mayberry items you got there. All kinds of things. T-shirts, videos, whatever you might want that's Mayberry fans, you can order it right there from weaversdepartmentstore.com. Drop by and check it out. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you each week by donations from listeners just like you. The executive producer of episode number 211 is Tom Rusk. Tom Rusk, our roving reporter. We did our interview with Leroy McNeese. We want to thank Tom for his support in doing that interview, and I thought he deserved to be an executive producer for tonight's show. So thank you very much, Tom, and it's great to have you with me. Hello, folks. I am Allan Newsome, your host for Two Chairs No Waiting. I hope you guys enjoy it, the show, each week as much as I do, because, wow, I love spending time in Mayberry and visiting and just, talking about my favorite show in the world, the Andy Griffith Show. Well, this week we've got a special treat for you because we're going to visit with Debbie and Darrel Miles. They're the owners of Mayberry on Main, located in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Now, Mayberry on Main is a competitor, I guess, of weaversdepartmentstore.com, but Mr. Weaver won't have any trouble with this because Jim Clark runs a Weaver's Department Store, and he's as excited about the Miles as I am, because you see what happened. I'm going to let them tell the story, but they have a wonderful story. They actually took a leap of faith and moved to Mayberry, to open their store and live their dream that so many Mayberry fans have, is to actually live in Mayberry. Now, of course, it's not Mayberry. It's Mount Airy, North Carolina, but it's as close as you can get to living in Mayberry because there's Mayberry fans all over the place there. Well, tonight we're going to be visiting with them. We went to Pandowdy's, which is a restaurant there right on Main Street in Mount Airy, North Carolina. And we visited with Debbie and Darrel there. It was Kenneth Junkin and myself. Kenneth Junkin is our Otis Campbell impersonator. So you're going to hear on the audio, you're going to be hearing Debbie Miles. You're going to hear Darrel Miles. You'll hear Kenneth Junkin. And you're also going to hear the Miles' daughter, one of their daughters, Samantha. Sam, we all went out to eat dinner one Friday night when Otis and I were on our way to another Mayberry event not very long after Mayberry Days. Matter of fact, a week after it this year in 2011. And so we were in Mount Airy, and we were able to meet up with the Miles and walked across the road from Mayberry on Main and headed over to Pandowdy's for a great meal. So hope you guys are going to enjoy this, but here we are. We're going to talk to the Miles. So Debbie and Darrel, or actually, I guess Allan, take it away. All right, so let's
10-4.
10-4. Everybody ready?
I'm all set.
Oh, you're all set?
I'm all set.
All right. So here we are. We're in Mount Airy, North Carolina at Pandowdy's, right?
Yay, Pandowdy.
Pandowdy's. And we're going to be talking with the Miles. Now that you guys, the Miles own the Mayberry on Main here in Mount Airy, North Carolina, right?
Correct.
Correct. So you guys, you moved from Indiana to Mount Airy, right?
Right.
So what made y'all do that?
Mayberry. Andy Griffith Show.
Trying to get away from the kids.
Thanks, Dad.
And they followed.
Now Sam's here when Otis is across the table from me. Say hi, Otis.
Hello, everybody.
That's Ken Junkin.
Good job, Otis.
And we're on our way to another Mayberry event over in Salisbury. Is that the way you say it?
Salisbury.
They have steak there, is what we just said. So we're on our way there.
They got a big stake in us coming.
So we were able to come to Mount Airy on our way there. And I've been wanting to talk to the Miles for years, actually, since you guys, huge Mayberry fans, moved to Mayberry because you are such huge fans, opened a store all about Mayberry. And just tell a little bit about how that's been.
Oh, it's been fun. It's been wonderful. Every single day we get to talk about Mayberry, get to see Mayberry fans, watch the show every day in the shop. I mean, it's tough, but somebody had to do it.
How about you?
It's big. Big ain't the word for it.
Now, in Indiana, what'd y'all do in Indiana before you picked up and just moved?
I was unemployed.
Unemployed?
Oh, no.
That makes it a lot easier. What did you
We
do?
just had regular jobs like everybody else, you know. But once we came to Mount Airy, what, about 10 years ago?
Longer than that.
Yeah,
It was 10 years before we moved.
Yeah, that's right.
So 17 years ago, he started coming because we've been here 7 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
7 years. But anyway, we got
And
here
y'all-
as fast as we
but
could.
y'all came to Mayberry Days.
Right.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
You came to Mayberry Days and just kind of enjoyed it so much and had this dream of coming here to open a shop?
Yeah, that's what
Well, I
it was.
gave up my doctoral practice.
Your, your doctor practiced back in Indiana?
Yeah.
And so y'all gave up your stuff and just packed up like the Beverly Hillbillies and moved down to Mayberry.
And if you'd have seen my pickup truck, you would have thought we were the Beverly Hillbillies.
You drug Sam here along with you,
Right.
evidently.
No, we didn't tell her where we were moving. We told her
She
we were
found you.
We told her we were moving to Kentucky, but she figured out we was in Mount Airy.
They came to my house and they said, oh, you know, they came to see me because I had my own apartment in Indiana, and Mom said, oh yeah, you know, and we're moving to North Carolina in 2 weeks. And you know, it was like the cartoon, my jaw went, whoa, and hit the floor, you know, I was like, what? And I was like, well, I'll tell you one thing, I am not moving to Mayberry. And 2 months later, I was like, Mom, I miss you guys. And here I was, so I ate my words. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
Cool. Now the store's done pretty well.
It has, yep.
I know y'all started off in a smaller place down the street, and now you're at your new location, a lot bigger building.
Right.
And you got just
Right
all
in the
kinds
middle
of
of town. so
right in the middle of
it's
town.
good. Yep.
Yeah. So if you ever come to Mayberry Days, you'll definitely see you guys. Definitely would stop by Mayberry on Main, and they've got all kinds of Mayberry stuff in there.
We
and,
do.
and y'all got stuff that only you carry, right?
That's right, yeah. Different things like a lot of food products, like Floyd is on a jelly, Floyd's fox grape jelly. Otis is on his moonshine jelly, and he's got a syrup. Ernest T. corncob jelly, yummy for your biscuits. All kinds of good stuff. Darrel sells hot sauces.
Barney smoking gun.
Yeah. Well, you got shirts and stuff though
We
that
have
only you
shirts.
carry for some period of time that you design, right?
Right, right. Sam and I do all the shirts, so we try to get good colors, good designs, and then we carry all the licensed stuff too. So anything we can
It's
get.
a process.
Nice hat.
And nice hats. Otis got on one of the hats here, Mayberry hat. And it's definitely a place if you do come to Mount Airy, definitely want to go ahead and see you guys, because I mean I just think that's a great story that you just picked up and moved to Mayberry. Really, you know, to just I think there's a lot of Mayberry fans that have been to Mayberry Days that would love to do that and be able to live in town and kind of experience that throughout the year. You know, to sit outside Floyd's barber shop on the bench or something and just watch people walk by.
We
And-
count cars almost every day. Yeah, it's great. It is fun.
If you've never been to Mount Airy, it's a downtown area, like an old, like a small town used to have. And Mount Airy's downtown is really pretty busy. There's a
It
lot of
is.
stuff going on down
Yeah.
here.
At night we'll close up and we'll walk around town, and then people will say, well, where are you all from? And we're like, we live here. I mean, we still enjoy it every single day. We like, you know, we just like it. We're in our own Mayberry world. It's fun.
Well, now
so
the-
everybody come.
And now the folks, if you come to Mount Airy, make sure you get here before about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, because everything closes pretty much at that time.
6? You mean 5? 5 o'clock.
Early.
I know
Get
that's
here
one
early.
thing about Barney on the show. He says, now you know Mayberry, they roll up the sidewalks at 9 o'clock. And I'm like, 9 o'clock? I don't know
We
which one.
wish.
Yeah.
We're in bed at 9 o'clock.
Well, no, I think Mount Airy is very fortunate because most small towns, the downtown area, the historic part of their town, it's either boarded up or it has been bulldozed and some chain or something has been put there in its place. So we have, you know, a lot of the original buildings, and some of the owners of the buildings have even taken them back, you know, and preserved them back to what they used to look like. So we're fortunate because they take good care of this little downtown area.
Yeah, downtown's over 125 years old at least.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, over 100. Yeah, we had our anniversary 2 years ago. Yeah, down there, 125 years old, little Main Street area.
Wow. Well, it's a great place to come. I know, of course, I'm usually here during Mayberry Days, and it's crowded. A lot of people here for Mayberry, just Mayberry fans. but almost every time I've ever been here, I run into Mayberry fans just walking up and down the street that will actually see you. And I guess you guys experience that because if they are fans of the show, they're going to drop by your shop, right?
Right. We like to talk to everybody. We like to hear their stories, their favorite episodes, do a little trivia every now and then, and we just try to have fun every day.
Now, a lot of times you guys have like a webcam running in your store a lot, don't you?
Well, we used to, but now the city has a webcam. It's Fast Link Communications. If anybody ever wants to click on that, then they can see what's going on right on Main Street.
We have two
wow.
different ones on Main Street.
Yeah.
Wow, so Mayberry's high tech now. Then.
That's right.
We got bigger wires.
That's cool.
Good means busting out, Lefty.
Yeah. All right. Let's spin that Mayberry cap.
Well, what do you think's been your favorite part about moving to town? What's really been the best part about having the store? What have you enjoyed the most, you think?
Well, we love living in Andy's hometown. I said there can be other cute little places, but there's only one Andy's hometown, and it's Mount Airy, so we love being here. Get and talk to the Mayberry fans every day. You know, every day if you talk about it at work, people start saying, Mayberry again. But, our work, we don't call it work, but, we just enjoy talking about Andy, the show, all the, actors and actresses.
We have some customers that say they'll come in and either the show will be on or music will be on from the show, and they'll say, man, I bet you get sick of hearing that, don't you? And we're like, no, not really. That's why we're here. People think, oh, I bet you get sick of all this Mayberry stuff. And then we say, no, that's why we moved here, and sometimes people don't believe you, but that's the truth.
It's the truth.
I enjoy only having one boss now.
That's your wife?
I keep telling him tomorrow he can be the boss.
That's right.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. It's like Dave Brown, where he was like,
yeah.
tomorrow. It's best day to start anything's tomorrow.
That's right.
That's awesome. I just can't really imagine, though, just, quitting everything and moving and just taking that kind of a leap of faith, because you didn't know if your business is going to be really successful or not when you move. So that's a risk you took.
It is. But we wish we would have done it now 10 years ago instead of 7 years ago or 15 years ago. But we're glad to be here.
It was a big decision.
I mean, it
was
would
a
have
big,
to be,
big
because
decision.
They didn't include their children in. But they couldn't hide from me. I found them.
That's awesome. Well, Faye, I appreciate you guys. And, the podcast is brought every week by weaversdepartmentstore.com. We always have, but you guys have a website, right?
And we have Facebook.
Facebook
Our daughter,
fans, that's
Samantha,
right.
does our Facebook. So like us on Facebook.
Yeah, and we'll have links to all that stuff in the show notes for the podcast episode, too. So you guys drop by there and you'll see it there. And if you ever see Darrell, he's going to be wearing a Hawaiian shirt, I'm almost sure.
Tim White of the VW Boys calls him Don Ho.
And I got the hot sauce to swing it.
He has all kinds of hot sauce. You can even get the Mayberry Deputy hot sauce or something. What's its name of it? Is that the name?
That's right. Mayberry Deputy Hot Sauce.
Yeah, they have that. And
Gomer's Toe Jam.
Gomer's Toe Jam.
Otis's Moonshine Jelly.
Now, the toe, by the way, stands for what? Tangerine, orange, and nectarine. Elderberry.
It's a picture of my wife's foot. Sorry, Deb.
So there's all kinds of. You just need to go in there and check it out. Especially if you're in Mount Airy, definitely drop by. And it's definitely something you want to do. Support them, folks. They've took the initiative and moved to Mayberry like we would all probably like to do. So definitely support them for us.
We'd love to see you.
All right. Well, thanks for.
We can even ship to Kentucky.
Even Kentucky.
People ask us that all the time. Can y'all ship to Kentucky? I'm like, yeah. Like, what's going on in Kentucky?
We can ship to Alabama.
Somebody asked that again the other day. Like, can y'all ship to Kentucky? I'm like, yeah. What's going on in Kentucky anyway?
You don't have post office in Kentucky?
I don't know. I guess you park your vehicle, you get on a horse, and you just right up through the
So
door.
even if you're in Kentucky, drop by the website. They can still get you stuff. Well, folks, hey, I want to thank you guys for being on the show. I think all the fans are going to enjoy hearing this. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was Debbie and Darrel and their daughter Samantha. Joining Ken Junkin and myself at Pandowdy's in Mount Airy, North Carolina. I hope you guys did enjoy that. It was a great time speaking with them. You can hear all the background noise as we're having supper, dinner, whichever part of the country you're in, the evening meal there, right there on Main Street in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Debbie and Darrel, great people. Can you believe it? Wouldn't that be awesome? Getting to move to Mayberry and actually, just live there. Is that not just awesome? Anyway, I really want to thank them and their website. The way to get to be friends with them, I suppose, at facebook.com/Mayberry on Main. That's how you get there. I'll have a link in the show notes for episode number 211, and you'll be able to get to it there, along with a story that I found looking on the internet about them and about the fact that they moved to Mayberry and opened up their store. So if you didn't get enough information listening to the podcast, there's another little bit you can go and hear. All right, so one more thing I want to tell you about. There's going to be some bloopers at the end of this episode because I messed up while I was talking to him and called Darrel Larry. Why? I have no idea. I've known him for years, but I called him Larry. So it's a funny little bit. So if you want to listen to that, them dogging me for calling him that and everything, it'll be after the music today. So stick around. I've got a voicemail, a little bit of feedback from Mr. McBeevy, and let's hear from him a little bit about last week's show about the Mayberry Days trivia.
Hey, Allan, this is Tim Bradshaw. I was just calling to compliment you on the show for last week. I'll tell you, the trivia tests are really an eye-opener. I guess everybody can relate to this that really thinks they know the show until you get put on the spot to answer questions like this, but it's a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd have got 2 of those things right, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying everything. And I tell you what, I just give my hats off to those that can do better than 5 or half of them, and especially this lady that won and only missed 2. That's remarkable.
Amazing.
Another good show, Allan. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you later.
All
Bye.
right, Tim. Hey, thanks for calling in. We appreciate hearing you. He actually didn't call in. He actually did a send voicemail directly from the twochairsnowaiting.com website. There's a little link right there on the side of the page that you can click and send a voicemail directly to me. It's awesome. Sounds really good, too. So, Tim, thanks for taking the time to do that. It's always great to hear from anybody listening to the show. And I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was kind of hard. I wasn't sure how to do the trivia because, it's trivia, and you couldn't really allow you to answer it and wait a week or something. That would have been horrible to have all those questions and not have the answers. So maybe we'll do some more of that. There's obviously a lot of Mayberry Days trivia over the last several years that I've never posted online, so we might play a little bit of that later as we go. So, folks, hey, I'd love to hear from you, just like I heard from Tim. If you'll give me a call at 888-684-8415, you can do that, and I would love to hear from you. You can also go to our webpage at twochairsnowaiting.com and leave messages there, show notes in the show notes area. We can get them from you there. Or you can head over to facebook.com/twochairs. Like the page, leave some comments. That'd be awesome. Love to hear from you. However you'd like to get in touch with me, of course, email floyd@imayberry.com. I'd love to hear from you. And folks, I want to thank you. I wanted to say next week there will be no podcast. I'll be gone on the Mayberry cruise. So we're going to take a week off. So go back to one of the 210 episodes before and give it a listen. There's a lot of stuff to listen to, and you surely hadn't heard it all. And if you did, you forgot it by now. So head and listen to it. Folks, stay tuned for some bloopers, and we'll see you guys next week on Two Chairs. Bye, guys. So let's go. 10-4. Everybody ready?
I'm all set.
You're all set?
I'm all set.
All right. So here we are. We're in Mount Airy, North Carolina at Pandowdy's, right?
Yay, Pandowdy.
Pandowdy's. And we're going to be talking with the Miles. Now, that you guys, the Miles own the Mayberry on Main here in Mount Airy, North Carolina, right?
Correct.
Correct. So you guys, you moved from Indiana to Mount Airy, right?
Right.
So what made y'all do that?
Mayberry. Andy Griffith's show.
Trying to get away from the kids.
All right. And we're going to be talking with the Miles. Now that you guys, the Miles own the Mayberry on Main here in Mount Airy, North Carolina, right?
Correct.
I guess first, Debbie Miles and Larry Miles, that's your names. And you guys are from where? I mean, Darrel. Debbie and Larry.
No, and our daughter Mo.
Curly and Mo.
I'm curly.
She's got a big mole on her arm. That's why I call her Mole.
Right. So the Miles, you guys are from Indiana? Indiana? Is it
New
right?
Albany, Indiana.
Where?
She is.
New Albany, Indiana.
New Albany.
Yeah. She lives in New Albany. I live in Mount Airy.
Albany.
Albany.
Yeah, she lives in New Albany. I live in Mount Airy.
All right. Well, let's start this over.
Come ahead, you
See, this is what's fun because I
Thank
have
God
all
for
this
edit.
stuff and get to play with it.